Hello, hello! I'm Avalon, and this is Voice Notes from the Chrysalis, my 21 episode podcast where I share all of the golden nuggets that I have discovered along the journey of being deeply transformed over the past 5 years in celebration of the launch of my digital course, Discover Yourself! Yay! Ooh, and today we're talking about this idea of protecting your channel. And I don't know how else to say that topic. So we're just gonna dive into exactly what I mean by that. And okay, some context. I have this winter solstice ritual, which I've actually captured. It's a free product that I have on my website if you would like to try it out. It is so powerful. I can attribute so much transformation to that process that I've done, especially the past three winter solstices. Highly recommend it. But during the last winter solstice in 2024, I did a process where, like in the guidebook, where I called in the life that I wanted to be living and to vision that. And interestingly enough, something that came through that was very specific and really clear as like a goal for 2025 was for me to protect my channel at all costs. And channel meant not my social media channel, not my TV channel, which I don't have, not that, my spiritual channel. And so I want to talk about this idea of how we are what we consume, really, is like the idea. Because that is really what I've taken to be the method of protecting my channel, is to be extremely mindful of like what I'm consuming. And when I say consuming, I mean food, water, drinks, like everything that we like consume into our physical bodies and but also like the media that I consume, the friends that I spend time with, the work that I'm doing, like everything, the relationships that I'm in, everything and that we consume contributes to like who we are in our energetic body and our physical body. And I specifically like went on a fitness and wellness journey to protect my channel because I just knew that something was going to come through. Hello, podcast. Hello, digital products. Hello, online business owner. Yeah, it all makes so much sense now. It's crazy. But all of that really, really matters. And especially if we want to remain open to the divine. Um, and again, like you might not ascribe to this idea. This might not be something that you value, and that's okay. But like, I think there's a reason why the most successful people take really, really good care of themselves. There are obviously outliers. A lot of creatives need to have physical movement practices. Um, like yeah, I think that there's a reason why monks and nuns have very specific wellness and physical and food like rituals and protocols, and fasting and all sorts of stuff, like grouping together a whole bunch of like cultures and assumptions there. But still, like there's definitely like hundreds and probably actually thousands of years of information related to how if you control what you intake, you also like control how open you are to spirit. Um, and I think if you are in any way, well, okay. Another take is that we are all creatives. We are all creative. Doesn't matter if you're creating a spreadsheet or a line of code or a website or a piece of art or a piece of pottery, like, or having a, like, creating a beautiful space for your friends to gather and hosting a beautiful party, like, whatever it is, we are all creatives. And if you want to create, I think you really have to be in line with like I and if you want to create, like I think it really helps to have a connection with a higher power because there is this idea that has been very freeing for me that as a creative, I am given ideas to execute. I don't, I feel like most of my ideas are actually not mine. They feel like they are dropped in through my channel and given to me. And that takes the pressure off because really, like, it feels like an invitation, this idea. Some of them, like, I'm laughing because my friends know this about me. That if it's a big idea, I'm gonna freak out about it because I'm like, I've been given this big idea and now I have to do it. I don't have to do it. I always have a choice, always free will and fate, as you know, if you listen to the previous episode on fate and free will. Um, but it takes the pressure off of so many things to be open to what the divine is telling you. I think it also like helps you tap into your desires and figure out how to answer the call of your own soul, like what your higher self is telling you. Like, I know that we are humans, we are fallible, and we live in the world full of junk food and in actual junk food and candy and actual like media junk food and actual awful relationships. And yeah, like I know that we live in a world where all of that is more accessible than ever to us. And you know, cheap dopamine is real. It's very real. I get it. But at the same time, I do think it's incredibly valuable to, if it resonates with you and if it's important to you, to be creative, to be open, to tap into your desires, where your life and the universe is telling you to go, to listen to the call of your soul, all of those things. I feel like there's probably a way to sum all of that up, but I don't know what it is. So all of those things, like this idea of like protecting your channel and whatever that means to you. Like I'm really just talking about how I interpreted that and what worked for me because it has obviously worked. Here I am. God, if you like told me last year, this time last year, I like was on the home stretch of my MBA doing my last class. And I was freaking out because it's like, holy shit, I am about to complete an MBA in 6 months. And I wholeheartedly assumed that completing that MBA would just make me a stronger job candidate to hopefully like get into a C-suite position one day, interview and network and, climb the ladder. No. That last class, that was my capstone. That gave me a taste of entrepreneurship. That was, oh God, that's what my soul's been calling for a long, long time. And I just like could not hear it until it was so loud. It was so loud. And then that call to listen to my soul's calling and protect my channel at all costs. It makes sense now because now I'm able to create things like this. So if you feel like any of this resonated and you would like to get in touch with who you really are, what's really important to you, and what you want to do about it, I would highly recommend my course, Discover Yourself, to tap into all of those things, figure out your values, your strengths, your weaknesses, and an overall life assessment. It releases for the early birds that you can sign up for free at a discount on December 21st, and it releases to the public on December 28th. So thank you so much for being here. I'll see you soon.